Hey everybody, I got another copyright strike on the channel. They struck 3 movies as one strike because it was the same company. So I'm back up to 2 out of 3 again, and the channel is back at the verge of extinction. So hey, let's go to Books A Million today and drown our troubles in physical media buying and shopping. And we're driving to Books A Million over here off Dutchman's Lane in Louisville. Got to be careful here. Make sure everything is cool. Just went over a speed bump. There it is. Alright, there it is, baby. I'm gonna park right here. This place is like a relic from the 1990s. I was actually shocked last year when I came over here and it was still here. I thought this place had closed like 10 years ago, but it hadn't. And it looked kind of like the same as it did 30 years ago. This is some news footage from some of my VHS tapes in my collection. This store was virtually the same 30 years ago, almost in 1996 when Hillary Clinton came to Louisville to sign her first book, It Takes a Village. People were standing in line for many hours to get into this, but as you can see from a little bit of the footage in here, the store is pretty much the same. It is like a time capsule in there. It is like literally stepping back into the 1990s. I remember last year when I went in there, not knowing that it was still open, I was really shocked. I was actually kind of moved in a way and had this kind of chill, like I had stepped back into time. I mean, this store reminds me of when my kids were little, when they were back watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on television. Look at that shit on the sidewalk. Some idiot just poured their drink out like a fucking idiot. The Books A Million we go. Sorry about that, cool duder. So, of course, when I walk in, they're playing popular songs that'll get my channel copyright struck, so I have to talk over it here. We're in the CD department. It's all used stuff, a wide variety of stuff, but a lot of junk mainly, and pretty much the same with the DVD section behind it on the wall. Here we are in the music. I did find a couple weird items. There's a old CBS classical disc, and we got the Run Lola Run soundtrack, which I don't think I've seen very often. There's an Erykah Badu CD, and then a Linda Ronstadt one. And I did find maybe half a dozen interesting DVDs in the DVD section. Yeah, the TV stuff here, pretty common stuff, as you can see. Nothing too wild. Prices were generally reasonable, not as cheap as I pay at... This was interesting. This is a Agnes Varda film, The Gleaners and Eyes, a French or Belgian movie. Roger Ebert had really praised it. I think it came out in 1990. They had it for about $9. I'm considering maybe going back and getting it. Then this film Guinevere, romantic comedy from the 90s, which I do not have, and I was really curious about it because they only wanted like $4 for it. I may go back and get that too. It's still sealed. Novus Magnificat, the album by Constance Demby, New Age classic from the 80s. I already owned that one, but I was interested. It was interesting to see it. The Three Colors Trilogy soundtrack to the movie Blue, Krzysztof Kieslowski, Polish film. Kind of interested in that, actually. It's a great film. There's Nadia Salerno Sonnenberg, classical disc, her playing the Tchaikovsky Concerto. Don't really need that, but I don't think I'd ever seen this one before. It's signed by somebody. I have no idea who, because it doesn't look like her signature. Well, we're about to kind of browse the store. The magazine section in the back, there's Mr. Beast on Time Magazine of all things. Into the entertainment book section, movie books and music books. I didn't really see anything too interesting for my taste in there. I think I'm all bought out on those kind of books, and the newer books weren't of interest, so I was hoping they had used books. Okay, it was kind of hard to film in there. There were too many people, believe it or not. There were workers and customers, and people were browsing in the movies and the music section, which last time I was here they weren't doing. So this time, of course, there were plenty of people there, and I don't want to whip my camera out and just film random strangers. I don't think they're going to dig that too much. And, the place has cameras in it, and Didn't want to look too sussy, so just got a little bit here and there, so we'll see how it turned out. I didn't end up buying anything at the store. I kind of wanted to look at it and check some of those things out online, see if they were worth anything. Maybe I'll go back if they are. But prices generally were about $4 up to about $8 on most things. Some of the things were overpriced. They had a criterion of I forgot what it was. Maybe it was Wild Strawberries by Ingmar Bergman. They wanted $15 for it, which it was a resealed item. Who knows what condition it was in, and $15 ain't that great a deal for a used Criterion DVD at this point when you can get Blu-rays of that stuff. So anyway, an interesting visit, I'd say.